All right. So as I was saying, that the next chapters, whatever chapters are left in our syllabus, that means chapter number 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. These all are practical chapters involving a lot of numericals. Lot of practice would be needed in order to do these challenges. In your first term, that means the exams that would be held in the month of November, you will be getting according to the CBSE syllabus. I do not know that whether your schools would be exactly following the CBSE syllabus or not. In case the school is not following the CBSE syllabus and they are doing something different from what is asked by CBSE to do, please let me know so that I can do that topic with you. However, according to the syllabus that has been provided by CBSE, we have to do 2 more chapters from statistics. Chapter 8 that pertains to mean, and chapter 9 that pertains to median and mode, right? And rest of the 3 chapters that would be coming in your term 2, right? So dispersion, correlation, index numbers, that all would come in term 2. Term 1 may you'll be getting only till mean, median, and mode. So sir, I have to now start with chapter number 8, that is mean. Ji, Radha, you want to say something?
सर मेरे सितंबर 9 से पेपर शुरू हुआ और सारा फर्स्ट टर्म का कोर्स आ रहा है, सारा मीन मीडियन मोड भी आ रहा है।
खैर हो जाएगा राधा, इतना कुछ है ही नहीं इसमें. That would be done, and once I'll be completing the task with you, after that I'll start with rigorous revision. यानी हम फिर से सारा सिलेबस एक बार फिर से करेंगे. टर्म 1 हमने अब तक जितना पढ़ा है ओवर लास्ट let's say 3.5 4 months हो गए हमें क्लासेस चलाते हुए. So whatever we have studied over last 4 months, we would be repeating that in the month of September, October. जब तक आपका term 1 नहीं होता, we'll keep repeating what we have already done, so that by the time your exams are being conducted, you are deft, you are perfect doing these questions, these parts. All right. So let me now start with the next chapter, which is measures of central tendency. Now, what is meant by central tendency? राधा, कितने मार्क्स मिले आपको क्लास 10th में? Radha, what was your performance in class 10th?
सर 63 या 64 ऐसे आए थे.
63 या 64 कितने में से?
80 में से सर.
I'm not asking, आपने मुझे किस सब्जेक्ट के मार्क्स बताए हैं?
SST.
But why did I ask you about SST? What was my question? What was your performance in class 10th?
Sir, 89%.
She says 89%. Does that mean that Radha in all her 5 or 6 subjects have scored exactly 89, 89, 89, 89? Does that mean that?
No, sir.
No. Arnav, what does 89 represent then?
Sir, average of 5.
Average. 89 is nothing but average. 89 is nothing but a value that represents a given set of data. Whatever are the values, Radha would have scored more than 89 in few subjects, say 95, 92, In some subjects, he would have got less than 89 as well. In some, she might have got exactly 89 as well. It is just that 89 is the average of all these observations. 89 is the central tendency. 89 is the value around which the data is concentrated. यानी एक वैल्यू जिसके आसपास सारा डेटा लाई कर रहा है, एक वैल्यू जो पूरे डेटा की एक सिंगल रिप्रेजेंटेटिव वैल्यू है. और वो क्यों है रिप्रेजेंटेटिव वैल्यू? Because it is the central value of the data. I'm not saying that the middle most, but it is the value that lies somewhere in the center of the data, जिसके आसपास डेटा लाई करता है, and that is one value that is a representative of the whole set of data. So what is central tendency? The other name for central tendency is average. Central tendency is also called as average. And how do I define average? I will say a value that is the representative value of a given set of data. The value which is the central value around which the data is concentrated is called as average, or it is called as the center. Am I clear, children? The meaning of the term average is clear to each one of you or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Children, averages are of two types. दो तरह की averages होती हैं. One is called as arithmetic average, and the other one is called as positional average. Now, right now, I have 10 people here, 9 people here, right? In this group, I'm having 9 people right now, including me. Now, if I wish to find out the average height of these 9 people, इन 9 लोगों की अगर मुझे average height पता करनी है, can anybody tell me that how will I be finding out the average height of these 9 people? कैसे पता लगाऊंगा मैं average height of all of us?
सर सर जितने भी क्या कहते हैं हाइट है उसे ऐड करके अपॉन नंबर ऑफ पीपल जितने हैं.
Very good. यानी height of, let's say, person A plus that of person B plus that of C plus that of D, E, F, G, H, and I. I'll add up height of all 9 people, and whatever is the sum of height of all people divided by the number of people.
Yeah, sir, it is a mean. It is the mean.
This is how, which आपने बचपन से ऐसा ही सीखा है, एवरेज निकालने का तरीका. Now, tell me one thing. आप एक बात बताइए. When we are calculating the average height like this, are we taking into consideration each and every observation or not? क्या हमने सारी observations को consider किया या नहीं किया? Did we consider the height of all 9 people or not?
जी सर,
Yes,
कंसीडर किया.
Yes, we considered. Tell me one more thing. अगर इनमें से किसी की हाइट बदल जाए, फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैंने गलत रिकॉर्ड कर ली, ए की जो हाइट थी मैंने कम रिकॉर्ड की, नाउ आई फाइंड आउट दैट आई हैव डन अ मिस्टेक, और मैंने अब उसकी सही हाइट रिकॉर्ड कर ली. जैसे ही मैं कोई भी एक वैल्यू बदलता हूं, will my average change or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So, what is special about this way of calculating the average? That first, each and every observation is being taken into consideration for the purpose of calculating average. One thing. Second, the average is being affected by every observation, and therefore, even if one of the observations change, अगर किसी भी ऑब्जर्वेशन में चेंज आता है, भले ही वो एक्सट्रीम ऑब्जर्वेशन हो, अगर उसमें चेंज आता है तो एवरेज विल ऑल्सो बी चेंजिंग. राइट? एम आई क्लियर?
Yes.
जब हम एवरेज इस तरीके से कैलकुलेट करते हैं जिसमें we are considering each and every observation of the data, and even change in one of the observation is capable of changing the entire average. Whenever even a single observation would change, the entire average would change. अगर average में ये दो characteristics हैं, तो उसे हम कहते हैं arithmetic average. Right? यानी arithmetic average की special बात क्या है? Arithmetic average के अंदर, while calculating average, every observation is taken into consideration. And even if one of the observations change, the average will surely be changing. अगर एक observation भी change होती है, तो उसकी वजह से average change होगी ही होगी. Right? Can there be any other way of finding out the average height of us? हम लोगों की 9 लोगों की average height पता करने का क्या कोई और तरीका? Yes, there is another way also. What is that? I will ask all 9 of us to stand in ascending order of our height. So let us suppose shortest among us is say B. B से थोड़ा सा tall is H. H से थोड़ा सा tall is I. I से a little taller is G. Then it is A. Then it is C. Then it is D. F, and finally E. Right? मैंने सब स्टूडेंट्स को या सब लोगों को बोला कि भैया आप अपनी हाइट के हिसाब से खड़े हो जाए. Shortest to tallest. We have arranged all the observations in ascending order. Right? Now tell me, which is the middlemost value of the data? Who is standing exactly in between? बिल्कुल बीच में कौन खड़ा हुआ है?
A.
A.
A,
A
sir.
is standing exactly in between. Half of the people are less than, are shorter than A. Half of the people are taller than A. A is dividing this set of data in exactly 2 equal parts. So, just on the basis of position of the value in the data, हम conclude कर देंगे that whatever is the height of A is the average height of this group. Right? जो भी A की height है, वही इस group की average height. मुझे कोई मतलब नहीं है कि B की हाइट कितनी है या E की हाइट कितनी है. मुझे पता है that A is standing exactly in between. So A is dividing the data into 2 equal parts. Therefore, whatever is the height of A is the average height of this. अगर मैं इस तरीके से average निकाल रहा हूं, when I am calculating the average like this, am I taking into consideration each and every observation or not?
No, sir.
No.
No,
I
sir.
am not taking into consideration every observation, right? One more thing. Had B been shorter than this, यानी B की हाइट अगर जितनी मैंने पहले रिकॉर्ड की थी उससे कम होती, या E would have been taller than this, क्या इससे एवरेज पर फर्क पड़ता?
Yes, sir.
नो, श्रेया नहीं पड़ेगा. B अगर इससे भी छोटा होगा तो रहेगा तो नंबर 1 पोजीशन पर ही ना. E अगर इससे भी टॉल होगा तो रहेगा तो लास्ट पोजीशन पर. क्या उससे A की पोजीशन इस डेटा में बदल जाएगी?
No, sir.
नो. इसका मतलब A will still remain at the middlemost value, and therefore the height of A will be called as the average height of this group. That means even if there is a change in some extreme values, the smallest value, even if it is little lesser, or the highest value is even little more, as long as the values are changing, but the positions of the values are not changing, the average would not change here. Unlike the previous case, जहां पर हमने कहा था अगर किसी भी ऑब्जर्वेशन में थोड़ा सा भी चेंज आएगा तो एवरेज बदल जाएगी, यहां पर ऐसा नहीं है. अगर वैल्यूज में चेंज आ भी रहा है, still it is possible that average may remain unaffected. Average may not change. As long as the position is not changing, the average won't change. Am I clear?
Yes sir, समझ आ गया.
Yes.
This kind of, average, इस तरीके से जब हम average निकालते हैं तो इसे कहा जाता है positional average. नाम से पता चल रहा है positional, यानी we are finding out the average on the basis of position of the observation, not on the basis of magnitude of the observations, but we are calculating or finding out the average on the basis of position of the observation. जबकि यहाँ पर arithmetic, arithmetic का मतलब every observation is being taken into consideration, and not only that every observation is being considered, any change in any of the observations would be affecting the average as well. Children, am I clear about the difference between arithmetic average and positional average or not?
Yes, sir.
All right. So arithmetic averages वैसे तो तीन तरह की होती हैं. One is called as arithmetic mean. Second one will be called as geometric mean. And third would be called as harmonic mean. लेकिन geometric mean और harmonic mean हमारे syllabus का part नहीं. तो neither will be doing geometric mean nor we will be doing harmonic mean. हम सिर्फ और सिर्फ arithmetic mean पढ़ें. जबकि positional average में we have to, one is median, another is mode. हमें दोनों पढ़ना है. Arithmetic average we will be studying in chapter number 8, whereas positional average we will be studying in chapter number 9. Right? So our next two chapters, 8 and 9, they are related to averages only. Very, very important. क्योंकि इससे आगे के सारे chapters इन्हीं दो chapters पर based है. So understanding of these two chapters would be extremely important for you. We'll be starting arithmetic mean formally in the next class. That means the day after tomorrow, we'll be starting with arithmetic mean. So we are ending the class for the day. आज के लिए class खत्म कर रहे हैं, and we will be meeting again the day after tomorrow. That means on Saturday at 7 p.m. Right, children? Bye for now. Bye, everyone. Do the homework
Thank
you,
and
sir.
submit it by tomorrow evening. Homework करेंगे और कल शाम तक आप मुझे सबमिट कर दें. ठीक है बेटा? Bye.
Thank you,
Bye,
sir.
sir.
Most welcome बेटा.